morning. Do you feel you are applying job 1, 2, 3 regular on continuous basis and you are not getting interview call? Do you feel your resume is not up to the mark? Do you feel you are not getting call back from the recruiter? If the answer is yes, then stay tuned till the end of the video. We are going to discuss 15 to 16 topic 15 to 16 things which you should remove from your resume right now, and if you commit to remove those 16 to 17 things from your resume, write down in the comment box I commit. Yes, write down in the comment box I commit, then I'll proceed with those 16 things. Number 1, first of all, you are not supposed to paste your photo in your resume. Number 1, you are not supposed to paste your photo in your resume. Number 2, do you feel you are giving your full address in your resume and recruiter will come back to your home address? No. So remove full address from your resume right now. It is not needed. You can mention the city name, it is okay, but never mention the full address in your resume. Not required. Number 3, what kind of email you have? Do you have angelpriya.com or angelpriya@gmail.com or abcrock007? So if you have unprofessional emails and you feel that you look funky in that unprofessional emails if you're mentioning in your resume, so go ahead and remove that unprofessional email right now. Now the question is, if my resume, my email ID is not good, what kind of email ID should I create? So the ideal email ID is your first name dot your last name @domain.com. And if you cannot, then check which kind of professional email you can create. Like for me, I have amarpratap025@gmail.com, amarpratap025@hotmail.com. So it looked professional. I was not able to get the email ID amarpratap@gmail.com, so I have given one number 025 just to make it acceptable in that domain. So you are not supposed to mention unprofessional email. Number 3, I have seen so many people, so many student, candidate, fresher, even experienced, they are mentioning objective in your resume. So if you are right now in the current market trend, in the current industry, go ahead and delete your objective from your resume. And the question is, if I want to delete objective from my resume, then what should I mention? Go ahead and update your summary. Go ahead and update your summary in your resume rather than objective. And do you use I am motivated, skilled, hardworking, these kind of buzzword in your resume? So if the answer is yes, go ahead, delete that buzzword also. You are not supposed to mention buzzwords like overused buzzword, like hardworking professional, motivated, team player, this, that. You must be, you might be motivated, but do you have an example? Do you have a quantifiable example? If yes, then mention. I have given this example in the last video also. Like if I want to mention I am a team player or I am good in communication skill, then I'll give one example. In 2013 I was facing one issue with my current client and I was able to convince from P1 to P3. So you should mention that quantifiable example rather than overused buzzword. And the next one is paragraph. If you are creating the resume and if you are mentioning too much paragraph, then resume will not be acceptable with ATS. ATS is automatic tracking system. It based on ARP. It's a robotic protocol, entire robotic protocol. It will not accept paragraph, so your resume score will be less than 30 and you will be rejected in without even your resume reaching to the recruiter. So don't do this mistake. I'll repeat: full address, your email ID should be professional. You are not supposed to mention your objective. You are not supposed to mention your overused buzzword. You are not supposed to mention your paragraph. Now, most important thing is skill section. So let's suppose I'll give my example. Let's suppose I started my journey, my job in 2010. And in 2010 to 2012, I was working in call center in ICICI Direct. And after that, when I got job in Infosys, it was IT technical. So that 2 year experience which I was working in call center is not relevant. So better to delete that experience which is not relevant with your current profile. If it is relevant, go ahead and mention that, and if it is not relevant, go ahead and delete that right now. Clear? Now, next one is bullet point. So I have seen people giving bullet point, but they have created very good paragraph and then bullet point. So one bullet point, one paragraph, one bullet point, one paragraph. So both are irrelevant. I agree bullet point is mandatory, but paragraph is not mandatory. You give your bullet point, and to support that bullet point, you should have a quantifiable example. If you don't have quantifiable example, check yourself, scan your entire life, and you will be able to find quantifiable example which you can mention in that bullet point. And the next one is very important, very important, because I have seen people, even I have done this mistake, people mentioning lies. They feel that my friend is good in development, so I would also use development in my resume. My friend is good in communication, he is a good team player, so I will also mention. So by this way you are not showcasing or presenting yourself rather than presenting somebody else, so it's a lie. Never ever do this mistake to mention lies in your resume. And the next one, it is for experienced people. If you have more than 15-year experience, rather I would say if you have more than 10-year experience, then avoid that more than 15-year experience which you had done in past history, that is not relevant in the current market trend. Go ahead, delete that. You can mention in your summary section, I have 23, 24, 25-year experience, but better to avoid those 15-year experience in your experience section. Summary is okay. During the interview, you can mention that I had this much experience and I more than 15-year experience I have not mentioned here. Be genuine. Don't, I mean, you can say directly that is not relevant because that is 15-year back history that I don't want to mention here. Even I have seen people mentioning irrelevant position. Like I gave my example, I have worked with call center for 2 years, so I cannot mention that 2-year call center experience in my resume. So that is irrelevant position, not at all acceptable. So, and I have seen people don't have identical font in your resume. So if you don't have identical font, it will not look good. And if it is not looking good, already you are out of the crowd. Already you are rejected, not out of the crowd. Right? Now, the next one, I have seen people mentioning their percentage and they feel very good. I have more than 70, more than 80. Let me tell you, as a recruiter or as a founder, as a HR, I don't care. I don't care if you have more than even 99% marks. If you are not capable to work in the organization which is needed, I don't care your percentage. So better to avoid your CGPA, better to avoid your percentage in your resume. Hobbies. Do you really think your hobby will add any value in organization? If you feel your hobby will add any value, then go ahead mention, and I'll give you guarantee the resume will not be selected. You might get chance with the reference, but you will not get chance with ATS. Now the game has been changed. So don't mention your hobby. Rather you can mention your skill and achievement in award section. And it should be quantifiable. It should be true. Like, let me tell you my example. During my college time, I have organized blood donation camp and I have the certificate. So I can mention in my achievement section, I have organized blood donation camp in 2000 this. I can mention the year, and to support that line, to support that achievement, to support that award and experience, I have the document proof ready with me. If the recruiter is asking, do you have the proof? I must say confidently, yes, I do have the proof. So rather than giving hobby, you can mention your awards, achievement, skill, right? Now I have seen people, even I was shocked to see this. There was one resume which I encountered and I saw that that person has mentioned his salary expectation and the last salary. Do you really think it is needed? It is not. So if you mention your salary expectation or your previous salary detail, you will be rejected. My dear friend, I am sorry to say, but you will be rejected. So rather than mentioning your salary experience, better to delete that. Delete that line right now if you have mentioned in your resume. And last but not the least, I have seen people used to mention on the header, on the top of the resume, they will mention this is resume, resume. Do you think it is needed? I have requested your resume, you have forwarded your resume, and the document also you have mentioned it is resume. Why? The question is why? You should not do this. I'll repeat all the 16 points right now again. Number 1, your full address. Number 2, your email. Number 3 is objective. Number 4 is overused buzzword. Number 5 is paragraph. Number 6 is irrelevant skill. Number 7 is your vague bullet point. Number 7, you should not lie in your resume. Number 8, your work history for the experienced people. Number 8, your irrelevant experience, irrelevant position. And number next is your font. Your font should be identical throughout the entire resume. And number next is your CGPA. Cut down your CGPA right now. And the next one is your hobby, which is not needed. And the next one is salary expectation or salary detail. It is not needed. And the last but not the least, your header of the resume. You should not mention resume in your header. So these are the 16 tips and 16 things to remove from your resume right now. Today is the day and this is the time you should be ready with your perfect resume. So go ahead and delete that. 2 announcement. I wanted to 2 more things which I wanted to share. Number 1, if you need ATS proof resume, there is a link below in the description. Go ahead, download ATS proof resume and create your 100% ATS proof resume. It is free of cost. And number 2, 31st of July, Saturday morning 11:30, we are going to conduct free mock interview session in association with my own NGO, Sahyog Charitable Foundation. So if you want to be part of that mock interview session, if you want to prove yourself or test yourself that you can beat any interview in the world, you are not supposed to mention, you are not supposed to miss this mock interview session. Link is below in the description. Go ahead, click the link, register yourself, and I'll see you 31st of July morning 11:30. Take care guys. See you. All the best. Keep learning, keep signing. Thank you so much. Take care.